Let's do this thing. Alright. Let's see if we can speed through housekeeping. Speed through housekeeping. This one. Excellent. I have this button down here, run 1 minute ad break. I wonder if that even works. Oh, are we on part 7? I think we're on part 7 tonight. See. Alright, then we need a thumbnail. Oh, I'm not tired. Nope, I'm not tired. Um. Okay. I think that's everything. Can't think of anything else. All right. So today we are going to do voice of cards, and we're going to do the Onyx Maiden's story. So this is the 4th out of the 4 maidens that we have been trying to steal relics from. We have kindly repossessed 3. So if we jump over to the game, I can scoot over here so that I'm in frame better. Oops. Get that text out of there. Okay. Way down here. It's been a busy week. I got to play Super Mario 3D World with my wife, and then I played 3 stages of Mega Man before I had to stop. And then I played Power Rangers with my kids a little bit. So we have to go down all the way to here. Oh, come on, Seth.
Do it! Maximize!
Pixel Knight is here. How come that did not show up in my restream chat? What the heck? But hey, Pixel Knight. Hope things are going well for you. I might be sleepy, but... Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah. Acquired new customization components. Navigate to customize. Man, this music just sets the mood. Alright, so in between streams, I finished exploring like 2 or 3 sections of the overworld. And I went and bought new equipment in the White City. Ooh, Pixel Nice is going good. Might fire up some Bravely Default while watching. Having fun with it, but there's been a difficulty spike that's annoying. I want to say I recall there being complaints about difficulty spikes, but I think that would be giving myself too much credit. But yeah. Because I know when I was streaming during the pandemic, I frequently talked about how much I did not like playing RPGs anymore. And now I've kind of done a 180 on that, and now I'm streaming a lot of them. Because to me, RPGs are the original cozy game.
The skies have an ominous cast. A storm might be brewing in this direction. Will you head for the East Isle anyway?
Alright, so let's catch up real quick. Alright, so June 3rd, The Forsaken Maiden Part 6. I thought something would prevent us from leaving the Northern Land, but in the end, we brought the Ivory Maiden and her attendant with us back to Omega Isle. There we traveled back to the Heartland, a manifestation of Laddie's heart, to heal another heart scar. We learned that Laddie was destined to become a maiden, but for reasons unknown she failed in her duties and now lives with and regrets it. It seems to be a good lesson for the Ivory Maiden and her attendant, and we were all in high spirits when we returned to the Northern Lands. But we were met there by soldiers who arrested the Ivory Maiden for failing in her mission to kill the deserter. She was taken to be re-educated, while the soldiers tried to kill the rest of us. After soundly defeating the soldiers, we staged a rescue mission. And as we made our way through the dungeon, we found that the Northern Land has a maiden farm, a place where clones were raised to become maidens. We met many different versions of the Ivory Maiden at different stages of life. After we finally found our friend, we tried to fight our way out, but the soldiers were too numerous, leading to the Ivory Maiden and her attendant sacrificing themselves so that our party could escape. Before the final charge, she gave us the Northern Maiden's relic. Next week, we will try to find the Onyx Maiden and start her tale. Pixel Nice says, it's literally the kind of RPG I've been wanting for years, talking about Bravely Default. It basically is a take on Final Fantasy 3 and 5, especially with the job system being pretty much ripped from 5. Now, I do recall that, you know, a big draw for a lot of people was the fact that Bravely Default had the Final Fantasy job system in it. Pixel Knight says, let's just say the Ivory Maiden won't be getting those stains out anytime soon. This is true. So when I went back to the White City to buy new equipment, you can find a new attendant and a new Ivory Maiden, and they both are like, oh, you know, I think if you go up to the Ivory Maiden, she goes, hi, I'm the Ivory Maiden, and I'm here to solve problems. And, you know, it's like she was never gone. And then I actually came across the clone of the Ivory Maiden that we were supposed to kill in the first part of that story, and she just says something like, you know, I can't remember what exactly she said, but it was like, it's a blessing just to be alive. And then her card gets removed from the table. So not destroyed, just removed. So you can tell that she escaped and, she's living her best life, hiding away from the White Kingdom. All right. But today, Onyx Maiden.
You decide to head for the East Isle. In the shadows of a rocky reef, there seems to be a good place to moor the ship. It would behoove you to prepare for the coming storm. The Bon Vent creaks, swaying atop the tempestuous seas. You and your companions huddle in the ship's cabin, the dim light of your lantern threatening to fade at any moment as you all wait for the storm to pass. Laddie is wrapped tightly in a blanket, looking much like a large caterpillar. Your joke that the ship might sink seems to have frightened her. You don't see Lack around, but it is likely trapped inside the blanket, having fallen prey to Laddie's squeezing hug. The ship lurches. A book falls from Laddie's pack and lands on the floor near you. It's the picture book she made, the one you peeked in back at the grotto.
Will you take another peek?
Having evidently learned nothing from last time, you decide to take another look in the book. As you turn the pages once again, you come to realize what the book actually is.
The main difference between the Bravely Default job system is that you need to fight a boss to earn it instead of being given a few at certain points. Oh, okay. I gotta admit, my main interest in the Bravely Default games was the battle system, the default and the Bravely system of attacking. So it'll be interesting to get your take on that.
At first you thought it was just a picture book, but the first half of it actually appears to be Laddie's own diary. It's full of passages which detail Laddie's life when she was little, a time when she still dreamed of becoming a maiden.
I feel like I was clearly supposed to look at the book. Yep, there's little Laddie.
Another day, another round of maiden training. Dad is always there to encourage me when I do a good job, so no matter how tough it gets, I can handle it. I decided I'd head straight home once I finished, since Mom was waiting for me.
You can no longer open the menu. You cannot save or load, and autosave has been temporarily disabled. Leave the Maiden Shrine. Mom's at home, waiting for you with a tasty treat.
If I train super hard, all the other villagers will be happy with me.
Head home. Okay, so yeah, I get the feeling this is just gonna be... Yeah. It's just like the last time we went to the village with Laddie. There were lots of people, but they were shouting insults.
I have to keep these people smiling. I have to become the maiden. Mom's the current maiden of our village, and she's a great cook and an awesome person. She's been making tons of really delicious food lately.
Wow, look at those sleeves.
The food tastes so good, and when I start shoveling it into my mouth, forgetting to even chew it, Mom warns me, "Slow down so you don't choke." And then Dad calls me a piggy, even though he always eats more than me. I wish we could be happy like this forever. If I become the maiden and protect the village, will my family be able to stay together like this forever?
Oh. I think I know why Laddie didn't want to be a maiden. It sounds like her mother went through the maiden's ritual and did not come back. And that probably scared her off. Pixel Knight says, her mom is like the final evolution of her daughter. Looks just like her. Yeah. Yep. Just different color hair and eyes. But, I mean, same outfit. Because, yeah, you could definitely point at little Laddie evolves into our current Laddie, evolves into the picture of her mother. Totally. I think those are flowers in her hair. She's got white roses all over her hair.
I get really worried and ask my parents about it. Dad gives me a gentle nod. But for some reason, Mom doesn't say anything.
Yeah, we know why Mom doesn't say anything. She knows. Maybe the dad doesn't know either. September 20. So this is like 3 months later.
Mom hasn't come home in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Dad told me she left on a journey with the spirit.
Mom's not coming back? I can't cry. It's because Mom is a maiden. Because she protected everyone on the island.
I know what Mom did was really important. But for some reason, I can't stop crying about it.
So another month later.
Ever since Mom disappeared, my training has been going bad. Really bad. If something doesn't change, I'm not going to be able to become the maiden. I won't be able to protect the village like Mom did.
Leave the maiden shrine. Pixel Knight says, me and my dad watched the new Captain America movie. It was alright, but I kind of wish they mentioned Hulk more than once, considering 2 of his villains are in it. I have seen that movie. The office at my last job paid for a screening of that for us to go to it. I liked it. I thought it was kind of an old school, as old school as Marvel can be, since they're pretty recent, but it felt like an older Marvel movie, like Thor or, it felt like a Phase 1 kind of movie. But I liked it. Although I'll be the first to admit I don't have the most refined taste when it comes to movies. So I'll bet the village is mad at us again. Oh.
I leave the shrine to go home, when suddenly a young man from town bumps into me. Pain in the ass. His voice is irritated, and he walks away without apologizing.
Man, what? It's only been a month since they did the last Maiden's ritual. I wonder if it's just part of the culture here to, just always have a maiden up on backup.
Ever since my training started to go badly, the villagers have been mean to me.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Give me that.
Pixel Knight says, well, okay, comic Red Hulk's villain status is debatable. Yeah, I liked it overall. Some elements I would change. Yeah. Hey, game, watch it. This is a family channel. Yeah, if you type the word language, that's what we... Language. hurry up and go home. If you've got time to chit-chat, you've got time to train more. Man, what do you have to train for to be a maiden?
I know it's my fault. I know it's because I can't become the maiden.
Once again, are we sure this isn't just New Jersey? Yeah.
Not even Dad supports me anymore. He hasn't come to watch my training in a long time.
I'm starting to think that the dad is just as torn up about Mom going through the Maiden's ritual.
I think he might hate me now.
I can see why after the last time we went over there to visit him.
I've got to work harder so Dad will like me again.
Okay, so this is the next month.
Dad took me on a boat to a small island. We went ashore, and then he locked me up in a dark room.
Wait, he hasn't always had that black shawl thing, has he? Because that is clearly Laddie's mom's shawl, but he's dyed it black. Maybe the maiden is supposed to also be a defender of the island, like protecting it from monsters, or it's like spiritual monk training. I don't know, because when we went to the White City, they had, they had a small army for that. When we went to the Blue City, the maiden wasn't in charge of protecting from monsters. It was just she was preparing to be the maiden and to go through the maiden's ritual. I gotta check his card and see if he has that on his card, because he did not have that before. He has since the flashback started. It's just hard to see, I think. I don't think he had it at the very beginning of the flashback, though. I think he had it only after Laddie's mom went through the maiden's ritual.
Dad abandoned me.
Oh.
No matter how many times I tell myself it's my own fault, I just can't stop crying.
Well, we don't like the mayor anymore.
I sob and scream for him to come back, but he doesn't. And eventually, I can't cry or shout any longer. A sudden wave rocks the ship, tearing your eyes away from the diary. In the lantern-lit cabin, Laddie is fast asleep, still wrapped up in her blanket.
You may be right. Well, I know who isn't winning Father of the Year. No kidding.
Think back upon the first day you found her, collapsed on the shore of Omega Isle. Had she just escaped from the islet where she had been confined and wound up drifting ashore? Now aware of the painful memories spelled out in her diary, your heart wavers like the light sputtering in the lantern.
So we don't know if Laddie chooses to be mute or if she, lost her voice from, crying for help. Like raging storms and bad dreams, all I want is to let the past pass. Laddie gained painful memories of her family.
You and your friends have managed to weather the storm. The sea's now calmed. You raise sails and set the Bon Vent's course for the East Isle.
Search the eastern seas for the entrance to East Isle. Okay, so yeah, if we come in here, we go to own collection characters. Yeah, so this is the card that we've been seeing from the very beginning. And he's always had this black shawl. But because, we're playing an RPG, I never registered it as a separate piece of clothing. But you can see over here that this is Laddie's mom. And that's clearly her shawl, her white shawl that has been dyed black, and he now carries with her. Wait, what? Laddie's mother. This woman is so bad at cooking that it's practically a skill? No, we just heard the story. It said she was so good at cooking. Oh, okay. She's practiced constantly since getting married. Alright, alright. Well, I wonder who goes here then. Yeah, white, blue, red. Huh. Interesting. It was from crying for help. She must have done it for a while, if it's completely mute years later. Well, yeah, you saw how, it was just using the little laddie card when she was abandoned. I mean, she may just not have spoken for years and lost her voice because of it. Or she just may not have spoken just because she chooses not to speak, and maybe she talks to herself when she thinks no one's around or something. Pixel Knight says, I really hope the Onyx Maiden is just a Pokemon card of Onyx. Okay. That's
Nope.
where I wanted to go,
Stop
game.
right there.
Yeah. I have done this every time I grab the chest. And there's always a monster inside. Yep. Well, Laddie was a child. They don't have a very high standard as long as they're chicken nuggets. Yeah.
Fight him off.
Yeah, maybe she just didn't need to talk. Because, yeah, we don't know where... Yeah. That's why I like these games, There's always just enough to keep you guessing.
Upon closer inspection, you see a name carved into the metal. You recognize it as the name of a luxury passenger vessel that suddenly vanished long ago. You tuck the key away in your bag.
Yeah. Scratched up key. We're gonna need that for some event. So I also figured out one of the reasons we're just crazy over-leveled, and that's because I haven't been using the jump function. So... as I was going around the island and exploring, there's a function for you to just jump. So if I move the right stick, I can just fast hop to any one of these places. But I didn't do it. I always just one-stepped it, one little bit at a time. And ran into a whole bunch of enemies. Pixel Knight says a lot of announcements this week, which I'll have to catch on doing trivia to tie into them. Yep. Lots of announcements. Ooh, another event. Let's grab it. Of course a monster leapt out. A monster always leaps out. Luckily it's always the same monster, and we're now strong enough we can just take him out in one hit. Pixel Nice is including new Marvel Tag Team Fighter, which is 4v4, which sounds very chaotic, but it's by the Guilty Gear Dragon Ball FighterZ devs, so I have high hopes. Yeah, I saw a trailer for that. I think you posted it in Discord. And, yeah, it was definitely giving me, like, Marvel vs. Capcom vibes. Oh, nice. Panacea.
Oh, excuse me. You can't go into an island while you're still on your ship, okay?
Well, then take me out of the ship. Oh, there we go. Docket E-Style. Yes.
The E-Style, covered in dismal wetlands. Even the sea breeze blowing across the island seems suffused with melancholy.
The Tale of the Onyx Maiden.
Upon docking, your party is greeted by sodden earth studded with decaying trees and greenery. You consult your navigation map for directions to the nearby village, then set out, taking extra care with your steps, lest unwary feet plunge into the mire.
Finmoss. Alright. Pixel Nice says, I just know they'll make Spider-Man very fun to play, and he'll probably be on my main team. And I'll admit, I do like fighting games where they have a mode where you get to have a team of fighters instead of just one. Alright, let's see what the enemies are like here. Might as well just generate a gem. I'm curious to see, because we had, the Crimson Maiden, which was all about attack, and the Ivory Maiden, which was all about healing. So I'm curious. What we're gonna get with the Onyx Maiden. Oh, I took out. Yep, I took out Blizzard. Might have to put Blizzard back in. Well, we'll see. Maybe we get a good AoE attack with the Onyx Maiden. Oh, good. So nice says, yeah, tag team fighters can be very fun. Since it's 4v4, it gives me hope that we'll finally get the Fantastic Four in a fighting game. Oh, for sure. So, is it just Marvel characters in this game? I thought there were others. Oh yeah, Lack needs some TLC. We can use some items though. Wait, can we use items? Yeah, items. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this game will be just Marvel, since it ain't Capcom working on it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Can't go in there. Goods bought here. Give the stall a closer look. Yeah, I don't even know how much money we have right now. Alright. So it's just wholesale, but I honestly don't think we have anything to sell.
This must be a stela of the Isle's guardian spirit.
Huh. Kind of looks like one of those snakes that are eating its own tail, and then it has like a black pitchfork in front of it. Of course, on the snake you have what looks like a really tall crown. Interesting.
Back, I say. Away from here, beast. A villager waves his weapon about as he tussles with a monster.
Yeah, so here we have, I don't think it's the Maiden's job to protect from monsters, but yeah, this is definitely
in danger. You decide to help him subdue the fiend.
Danger from monsters is definitely a part of this world. Ooh, boss fight. Yeah, those guys are really tough looking.
Fight him off.
Add 5 to everyone's attack? Nice. Alright, well, let's see if we can stun one. Yeah. Paralysis. Let's do a charge spell. And then inflict damage, and then a random ailment. Ooh, a 10.
Magnificent.
Nice. Another paralysis. Good, so we... Oh, man. Black is just... Alright, we've got 2 of them paralyzed. So let's see if we can paralyze the last one. Ooh, critical. Alright, we'll have Laddie do a heal. Although this little heal spell really isn't doing much. Alright, so we'll have Lack do his little health restore. And then they're all paralyzed, so none of them can attack. Oh, gain 3 gems. Nice, nice. So we'll do a grand slice. And then we'll do a heal. Alright. We're back in business. So we'll just go with poke. We'll start with the guy on the left since we paralyzed him first. And to be honest, I don't know when paralysis wears off. Okay, it looks like it's 2 turns. Okay. Ooh, weak against bolt damage. That's good to know. Oh. I guess everyone got a buff for defense. Bonk. Alright, an attack buff. Okay, we will do the AoE attack, and that should get us close on a couple of these guys. Excellent. Alright, that'll do it. Pixel Knight says, I tried looking up the GM voice because I thought I recognized it, but I accidentally looked up a GM voice from the first game. This game has only been... Oh, this game has only been in like 3 of the things. Yeah. Pixel Knight says, wait, never mind. I just needed to scroll down. I'm an idiot. And still nothing that notably... Like the first game's GM was... Oh, okay. It was in Ben 10 and Dragon Ball Z. Oh, we gained a wealth of experience. Did anyone level up? Alright, Baron leveled up. Power charge. Generate gems equal to the value of a roll? But it costs 3 gems to use. So, if you roll a 1, you just did attack plus 5. Still, that's pretty interesting.
With the monster dispatched, the man approaches you and offers his thanks. He explains that recent months have seen more and more monsters attacking Fenmoss, so he has been patrolling the village daily. You inquire about Fenmoss's Maiden, and he informs you that she is friendly with the village mayor. You decide to hurry and meet with him.
Alright, let's do it. Yes, enter Fenmoss.
You stand in the village of Fenmoss, a settlement forced into uneasy coexistence with the surrounding wetlands. An indescribable gloom creeps into the village from the swamp.
Alright, let's see what the villagers look like here. Oh, we already saw this
Don't
one.
get your foot caught in the mire, the man warns. You glance down at his legs and see they're covered in mud from the knee down.
This guy has like 2 braids. He's got like 2 of the little Jedi braids. Alright, what do we have? Alright, accessory shop, inn, item shop, maiden shrine. Where's Mayor's house? It must be up here. Alright, let's go over here. Whoa!
A man in black glasses looks out over the swamp, murmuring, "Dim, dim indeed."
Oh, that guy's the mayor. How do you call out to him? Yeah, no, I was thinking that. Dim indeed. Is that because of your crazy glasses?
The future looks dim, with or without my glasses, traveler, he replies, negativity suffusing every word and shift of his countenance. This man, who radiates as much gloom as the wetlands around him, is the mayor of Fenmoss. He is also a researcher who has spent many years dedicated to the study of monsters. He explains that the monsters in the swamp have grown more and more active, causing great harm to the village. This development has left him utterly at a loss. According to the mayor, the Onyx Maiden has traveled northeast to the wicked wetlands to hunt the beasts. Hoping to borrow her maiden's relic, you decide to head that way as well.
Okay. First, we're gonna interact with the rest of the villagers and go to the armorer to see what he's got. Whoa.
This man tell it, the island wasn't always covered in wetlands. The transition happened quite suddenly. He mentions that his bags are always packed, lest he need to flee a sudden mire.
What are all those keys for?
The maiden is the island's last hope, the old woman wails.
Oh, maybe this is a place that hasn't had a maiden's ritual in a while.
Oh, the things the maiden has done for me. Why, any time I had a problem, she was there. The woman proceeds to rattle off a list of times the maiden had come to her aid. She clearly trusts in the maiden with every fiber of her being.
Alright, let's see what the armorer has. Okay, we don't have enough for the martialist's garb. But, yeah, we could buy it for Laddie. And it looks like it wouldn't... So this is what she currently has. 1, 2, 3. And this would be 2, 4, 4. Okay. Could be worth it. Alright, so let's go sell and see if we can get up. Let's sell. Yeah, we could sell the Protector's Sword. I feel a little silly now because we could have sold this for more if we had sold it at that pop-up shop. What are all those keys for? Don't worry, it's just a Kingdom Hearts character who got lost. Alright. And then we will buy. And then as far as I know, like, this is the best gear that we can purchase. Buy and equip. Laddie's all set. We're out of money. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with all of our health. Alright, so let's go to the inn.
You enter the inn. The innkeeper looks at you with a blank expression. Rest wherever you want, whenever you want. It makes no difference, she says, the words almost dribbling from her lips. No point in making money if we're all gonna die anyhow, she continues, resigned to her supposed fate.
Okay. Oh, I think we've talked to every innkeeper. Alright, let's go check everyone's story. Collection. Characters. Mayor of Fenmos, the perpetually pessimistic Mayor of Fenmos, whose assessment of the village's prospects wavers between heavy sighs and a muttered, dim, dim indeed. Perhaps it's his tinted lenses. Oh, and we don't have the flip side for him. Man in Black, a man who loves the village of his birth more than anything. All day long he hears the woes of his fellows and makes great efforts to resolve them, for that is his purpose in life. He loves his home so much that nothing goes on within escapes his notice, like a lake where the lady next door hides her secret savings, or the measurements of the girl he fancies. There was once a woman who professed to love all the living things. None in her village had ever seen her so much as harm the lowliest ant. The woman's basement was filled with the writhing, reanimated corpses of countless animals forced back into life by magic. The beasts howled, begging for a quick return to the void of death. Polite and earnest, That much can be seen from the smile she gives her guests. Her friendliness, though, is said to be a mere formality. Oh, we get to see her without the table. Oh yeah, we've seen a few forms of this card like that. Her favorite pastime is peeping on her guests, though a vulgar hobby it may be. The only time she shows a true smile is when engaged in this act of voyeurism. Oh, goodness. Suspicious man. This man worked hard to accrue riches, but lost them all in a moment's deception. He has nothing save his beloved old horse. Caught in the throes of despair, he decides to take his own life. His beloved horse neighs, stopping him in the midst of the act, and the man weeps. Is his steed telling him to live on? What will become of him next is for history alone to know. Okay. Pixel says, mentoring Tetrax from Ben 10 got me into Googling him, and I just realized in the Omniverse we only ever saw an alternate version of him, but not the main one. Interesting. Alright, let's go to the northeast and see if we can find where the Maiden is hunting monsters.
Hope you win.
I will. Hope you win.
Fortune favors.
Pixel says, I actually rewatched that episode the other day. It's still one of my favorites. Good. That should take it. Yeah, that should take out that guy. For sure. And then Lack, the best thing you could do is generate gems. Ooh, with the crit. Okay, even Lack should be able to poke that, so we'll have Laddie do a heal. Get her back up to full. Ooh, critical. Alright. Time! There we go. We finally got the gold nugget. It's been a while since we've got one of those. Oh, Wicked Wetlands. Enter the Wicked Wetlands? Yes. Oh, look at that.
The Wicked Wetlands are a muddied, quaggy hive of monsters. Passing adventurers meet their fate either at the bottom of the murky marsh or upon a monster's jagged fangs. It's plain that there are a great many fiends lying in wait here. You try to focus in on your surroundings.
Eek!
But a scream rends through the pattering rain, not far from where you stand now.
Find the source of the shriek that tore through the Wicked Wetlands. Oh, that's so cool! A little bit of a rain effect on your table. Okay. OBS reconnection successful. Okay. That's good. Yeah. So Pixel Knight's on YouTube now. The Twitch stream went out. It says it's back up now. I think I'm going to have to redo the title again. Yeah. Because, yeah, I think it completely turned off and then turned back on. So I think the title just says, like, multi-streaming with restream. So let's update that. Okay. But yeah, it looks like the YouTube stream is still going. Okay. That's weird. Alright, I think we're back up and running. Apologies for the... for the technical difficulties.
Magnificent.
I'm glad it could just reconnect, though. Okay. Ouch. Ooh, with the critical. Pixel Knight says, I've been playing more Mario Kart than I have in years, and it's only the free roam mode. You know, I think I'm going to be doing the same thing, but I'll admit, part of me is kind of like holding out. It's like, no, I want to hold out and see if I can wait for a special edition of Switch 2. And it has to be one I want. Not like if a Minecraft or Animal Crossing special edition comes out. Not interested in that. I want a like Super Mario or Mega Man version of the Switch. I don't think we're going to be getting a Mega Man version, to be clear. But if they come out with a Super Mario version of the Switch, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. But I also told my wife, I said, if you're at Walmart or Target or Best Buy and you see a Switch 2 just on the shelf, don't tell me about it. I will be so tempted to just get it. And I don't know, maybe after... yeah, maybe after I get a little more comfortable with my job and like the kids start school again, I will just want one.
Attacked by monsters, you rush to the source of the scream. You spot a man frantically trying to pull something from the marshy waters. Desperation tinges every syllable of his shouts. Hang on, I got you.
I do wish that this narrator would give a little more, and be like, hang on, I got you. But, and I'll bet they directed him to, have this line delivery of, just read everything out with the same tone.
Your eyes move to the man's hand, and you see that he's holding another person's. Someone has gotten stuck in the bog and is sinking into it.
Ah, and if you look at the attendant, his fingernails are painted all different colors. Pixel Knight says, a Mega Man Switch 2 is more likely than any sort of new game. See, and that's why I think it's so unlikely, is usually they would only release a special version of the Switch 2 if it coincided with a new game, like Animal Crossing or Legend of Zelda. So, yeah. Help the person sinking into the bog by pulling on the card. Okay.
Now freed, the woman splutters and spits out mud. I'm sorry this keeps happening, she says. Perhaps she is accustomed to getting stuck in bogs.
Alright, so she's got a hood, and then... is that a hammer that she's holding behind her? Is her weapon a hammer? That would be really cool.
The pair thanks you for your help, and then offers their names. The woman is Queenie, the Onyx Maiden, who wishes dearly to save this island.
Quinny. Okay.
The man is called Blight.
Blight?
Judging from his incessant fussing over... The man is called Blight. Judging from his incessant fussing and worrying over the maiden's unfortunate constitution, you can only assume he is the Onyx attendant.
Blight. Is the name of the Onyx attendant? I mean, that's... come on now. You know what I just noticed about Laddie? You know how her mom had those blooming roses in her hair? She has, like, rose bulbs. I know roses don't have bulbs, but she has, like, roses that haven't bloomed in her hair. Boo, she ain't a Pokemon card. Look at this guy's most notable... Oh, look, this guy's most notable acting role is additional voices in a Batman Begins game. That dude isn't a green skeleton trying to kill Batman Beyond. Either this game keeps lying. Yeah. Blight. That's right. Blight was...
They explain they seek a rare flower that blooms here. Traveling through the monster-infested wetlands is terribly dangerous for only 2 people. You've come this far already, so you offer to accompany them.
Quinny and Blight have joined your party. Lack is no longer eligible for battle, and that is just fine with me. Venture further into the wicked wetlands. Glowing butterfly?
As you plod and splosh your way through the mushy ground, you come across a butterfly fluttering through the air. It exudes an alien glow. The Onyx Maiden claims that this type of butterfly likes to drink the nectar of the rare flower she seeks. As you discuss this, the butterfly flies off, scales fluttering to the ground in its wake.
Scales? Oh, okay. So what I got out of that is we should be following. Yeah, we should follow the butterfly.
Follow the butterfly. Wow, what a beauteous butterfly. Fight him off.
Alright, let's see what we have from the maiden and her attendant. Hopefully we have a nice AoE attack that uses 5 gems or less. Okay. Deal damage, black sphere, dark slash, add the value overall. Okay, to attack and deal damage. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're doing the... What? Tomorrow. I will help you tomorrow. I'm playing a game. I'm also doing a show, which you're interrupting. Come and give me a kiss. Alright, go to bed. I will help you tomorrow, alright? Okay. Pixelmike says, yes, Blight, the evil green skeleton dude from Batman Beyond. I do remember him, not to be confused with Dr. Phosphorus or the other green skeleton who tries to kill Batman. I just imagine the GM pouring water on the table to make that rain effect. And I was thinking about that, I was like, you would have to like shine a light, like have a projector on the table to produce that rain effect. That would be so cool. Alright, Hellfire, add the value of 3 rolls to an attack and deal dark damage and inflict deadly poison. Okay. Alright, so she doesn't have an AoE attack. We'll see if the guy does. Pumped Up, add 10 to your own attack. Shadow Bolt, attack plus 4 dark. Hurricane, deal wind damage to all enemies, attack plus 10 bolt. There we go. Attack plus 15 dark damage to all enemies. That's what we want. Element of Darkness. Darkness. Boom! That was cool. That was cool.
2.
Help, not self. Oh, okay. Add a self-sacrificing mechanic and the Onyx Maiden won't be far from a Final Fantasy Dark Knight. Yes. Where did that butterfly get off to? Oh, there we go.
The butterfly hovers in the air, but there is no sign of the flower you seek.
All right, we're going to the right.
And now it's fluttered off again. This was, it seems, no more than a stopover on its journey.
I do hope that this guy is the same narrator for the next game, which I'm definitely going to have to get. Chrysalis says, I am very fashionably late, but I am here. With butterfly wings. We are currently chasing a butterfly. So to get you... And I feel bad. My company's doing like a... They're doing a hackathon, so they've rearranged all the teams just for this week. And so today I was pair coding with another employee at the company and completely missed your stream. I know that you streamed Blueprints and I want to hear all about it because that is a game I have been wanting to learn more about and play. Pixel says, oh, and now I now have the second of the 5 Transformers aerial bots I've been collecting and pre-ordering the others on Friday. Oh, there we go. So, yes, in this game, we have traveled across the sea and we have made it to the island on the east. And this houses the Black Town and is home of the Onyx Maiden, who we just ran into in this place called the Wicked Wetland. And in the Wicked Wetland, we are trying to find a rare flower. And we came across this glowing butterfly, and the Onyx Maiden says that this butterfly likes to drink the nectar from the flower that we are looking for. So we are currently following the glowing butterfly in order to see if we can find this flower. Chrysalis says, it was awesome. You would love it. Maybe you should play it blind without watching my stream. I think you'd really enjoy doing that. It's got good puzzles. I went into it blind and I'm loving it. Oh, maybe I will. So, let's see. I think if you type !collection exclamation point links or exclamation point socials. That will take you to the all my links. And there you can find a spreadsheet of all the games that are in my collection. And the reason I bring this up is Chrysalis in her stream or in her Discord was asking for suggestions on what games to play, and I said, is there a list of games that you want to stream and whatnot? And she said that there were 3, and I was like, oh, okay, that'll make it really easy to list them. But it sounds like Blueprints was the right choice. Paralysis is nothing as long as you don't paralyze that guy. Element of darkness. We win. We gotta get this guy faster. And this is a really cool animation. I like it.
Two fight as one.
2 fight as 1, that's for sure. Because, yeah, between Baron's AoE attack and his AoE attack, we should be able to take out, like, everything in here in one round. So we might have Laddie do healing. And have the Maiden do... why do I get the feeling we're supposed to go up into that? What? Those mean old people over at Amazon took it away. Good night. Alright, so the butterfly went this way, but I get a feeling we're supposed to go up eventually. So I'm wondering if the butterfly is just going to make like a roundabout way to lead us into the center there. Okay, so if we do Grand Slice... Then we can have Laddie do heal. And then we can have the Maiden do charge. And then we can have this guy do... Nope, we can't. We're short. Interesting. Okay. Pixel Knight says, admittedly, it is a little disappointing for the other 2 limbs or retools. But I can kind of see this group has been hard to make figures for. Bonk. Plus, they're good figures. Well, that's always good, if they're good figures. Alright. So we'll have Laddie do a heal. And we'll have the Maiden use an item. And then we'll have Guy here do Shadow Bolt. And that should... Unless it resists dark damage. That's okay. Ooh, freeze. Alright. So we'll do charge here. We'll have Laddie do heal. Oh. We're only down 3. We don't even need a heal. We'll do it anyway. Crystal says, Pixel Knight, are you still enjoying your D&D campaign based on Monty Python? There we go. Pixel Knight says, yes, but we didn't have a session last weekend because of the because the club leader had stuff. We should have one this week, hopefully. That is good to hear. We did learn a little bit more about Laddie on the way. There was a cutscene while we were sailing where we read part of Laddie's diary. And in the diary, we learned that her mother was the maiden, and she went through the maiden's ritual. And when she did not come back, it kind of tore up Laddie's family. Laddie's dad became withdrawn and reserved. Laddie stopped doing well at her maiden training, which led me to the question of why is there so much maiden training? And then, he was telling jokes.
Magnificent.
And then we learned that Laddie's dad, the mayor, took Laddie to, sailed off to an island, locked her in a dark shed, and then just abandoned her. So
Teamwork makes the dream
I
work.
think he took it really poor. Insert Diary of a Wimpy Kid joke. Okay. Oh, butterfly. Oh, we found a treasure chest. A bellwether. Who did this happen to? This was Laddie's diary. So this happened to her. So she was, like we guessed, she was training to become a maiden. And her mom was the village maiden. But when she went through the maiden ritual, she, of course, did not come back from the maiden ritual. And that's what kind of tore up her family. Her dad appeared to not take it well, and he kind of took it out on Laddie. Let's do Stunning Blow. Yes, with the critical. Laddie, the green-haired mute girl. Yes. We'll have to show you Laddie's mom's card. So we'll do that after this battle. Oh. My bad. I didn't want to do Hellfire. I wanted the AoE one, but that's okay. This should take him out for sure. Yeah, deadly poison. So after he acts, he'll roll 2 dice. So as long as we get a 5, he's gone. Oh, what? Or maybe it's at the end of the round. Yeah, there we go. 11 for deadly poison. That'll knock him out. Alright, so we'll do a self-heal. And then here we'll do a refresh. Oh, I thought the maiden would go before that guy. I was just gonna have the maiden do a slash, that'll take him out. Still predicting Lack is the final boss. Because Lack hasn't had a backstory yet. Lack is the biggest mystery of the game so far. So, we really just don't know. Yeah. Alright, this should get us the game. Chrysalis says, absolutely he is. My boy Lack isn't an underling. He's definitely the big cheese. little heal. Yeah, Laddie does know a better heal spell. Maybe we should equip that. It just takes more gems to perform.
You did great.
So yeah, let's go look at Laddie's mom's card so that Chrysalis can. So if we go into the menu, go to collection and characters. So this is Laddie's mom. And both Pixel Knight and I were looking at this and we're like, yeah, that's the final form of Laddie. If you look at Laddie and her child card and then her current card and then this one, it looks like the only thing they've done is changed the color of her hair and her eyes. But she definitely has those big sleeves. And then she has blooming roses around her face and around her head. Chrysalis says the fashion sense for jackets must run in the family. Yes. Pixel Knight says, I'm applying Kirby logic. He's cute and helping. He must be pure evil. That is Kirby logic, for sure. And so then I noticed, only during the flashback did I notice that through the whole game, Greeth, the mayor of our town, has this black shawl. And it wasn't until I noticed Laddie's mom that I was like, oh, that is totally her shawl, but dyed black. And he carries it with him. Which is the clue as to how poorly he took having his wife go through the Maiden's ritual. So. But yeah, in the flashback, Laddie shows us that she was doing well in Maiden training. Everyone in the village liked her. And then, after her mom doesn't come back,
Takes a little detour through some withered grass as it continues to flit through the stagnant air.
All right, we're going up.
The flower doesn't seem to be here either. Back on the butterfly's trail.
So, yeah, definitely a tragic backstory for Laddie. Yep, butterfly. Pixel Knight says, alternatively, he was happy to get a sick jacket. I feel like for the first time in a long time, we're not over leveled, and we do get a decent amount of like experience and gold from the battles that we're fighting. You know, I actually do have to constantly heal the party as we're taking damage. We can't just kill them all in 2 hits. Bonk. Element of darkness. Boom. We win. Pixel Knight says, also one of the compliments I'll give the current aerial bots is they're very easy to figure out and very good to transform. That's good. I don't even know if I could transform my Megazord behind me. I might need to tinker around with it before I could refresh my memory. I feel like the butterfly went closer to straight up. Yeah, we might have to circle back. Ooh, gain 1 gem. We'll take it. Um, yeah, we might, with this current configuration, we might just have to have Laddie be healer. Oh, did I use? Yep, I used too many. Wind damage to everyone might take them out. Yep, we got it. Boom. Okay.
Trudging through the soppy earth, you decide to ask the Onyx Maiden about the situation on this island. For generations ongoing, the Maiden has failed in her ritual, and now the island is dying.
Generations? Okay, so we were right that this isle is dying because the Maiden's ritual hasn't been going well, but it looks like this has been, yeah, generations. Because our isle is lost because we don't have a current Maiden. But it looks like it's a slow death.
Now its fate hinges upon the Onyx Maiden Queenie and her attendant Blight. You think on this for a moment when... Laddie loses her footing and flails about, close to tumbling over.
How do you help? Save the day yourself or make Lack save the day? Pixel says, oh, and since the current Sentai has introduced its 6th, I covered Sentai's first 6th Ranger, and no, it's not MMPR Green. Pixel says, though I would say Tommy's Sentai counterpart was the first typical 6th Ranger. Ah. And Critzalis says, cue romance! So I guess I will save the day.
You can't let Laddie get all covered in mud, so you dive into the muck to catch her.
Look at that dive. Look at how slick Baron is.
But she flings her arms out to either side, regaining her balance last minute. Now you're wet and muddy for no reason. As all this is happening, Queenie ends up falling too, despite Blight's best efforts to help her keep her footing. Mud cakes her face.
Where is that butterfly? Q. Wait. Q. I know what you meant. Pixel says, the first, according to a lot of sources, is X1 Mask from the Maskman, who was a Green Ranger. Oh, alright, alright. I think everyone's at full health. Yeah, we'll just do charge spell. I've noticed that every time we have a battle here, it's always 3. We've not run into 2 or 1 monster. It's always 3. Bonk 14. Thing is, X1 Mask is a port of a few proto characters to a 6th Ranger. Since his powers come from the same source as the main team, he's considered a 6th. Oh, okay. The Onyx attendants. Yes! I was like, really? We're on a dying island and the attendant's name is Blight? I had the exact same reaction. It's like, oh my goodness. There's the butterfly. Yep, we're just taking a roundabout way to the center. That is a really cool animated emote, Chrysalis.
And fight.
And fight.
Excellent.
Speed must aid your critical hit in this game, because we have tricked Baron out for speed, and he crits like half of the time. Pixel Nice says, wonder if onyx is a reference to that in any way, because every other maiden was a type of color. Onyx is a material or rock, right? Yes, but onyx is generally considered to be a black colored rock. So sometimes onyx is another name for the color black. But you're right, it is a material, a rock specifically. That's why the Pokemon is named Onyx. It's a big rock snake. What is the shiny variant of Onyx? What color is it? Because I know we had that like crystal Onyx that was like just in the anime. And then of course we have Steelix, but I don't know what the shiny variant of Onyx or Steelix is as far as what color they are. Oh, butterfly! Where you be? Kind of like amber. Amber is a color, but it's also fossilized sap. Yes. Shiny Onyx is pea yellow. Great. Oh, we didn't inflict paralysis. Shiny Steelix is a slightly different pea yellow. And if I remember right, if I remember right, I've told this story a few times, but I don't know if it's correct. When they first made shiny Pokemon, I don't remember. But it was, I can't remember if it was generation 2 or 3. But since there were already so many Pokemon, they just made the shiny variant like one or two colors different than its current hex value. So like which is why a lot of Pokemon who are green, their shiny variant are usually brown. Oh, nice. Critical heal.
Excellent.
Yeah. So yeah, they just went and programmatically made all the shinies. And I feel like I've told that story and enough people have been like, no, that's not the way it works. Because I don't think that's how they do it now. But for some reason, I recall that as how they did it for a while. Because I also don't think that they like hand design the shinies either. I think that, you know, most, which is why Onyx and Steelix you know, they're both gray and they both are, their shiny versions are both yellow. Pixel Knight says, if you're going to say a randomizer or something, we know that was probably false since we found dev tools in gold that showed shiny were edited manually. See, and I know, I don't think that's how they do it now, but see, and I don't know. Oh, what is this?
In the distance, you hear the lowing of a monster.
Ah, we're not supposed to go here
Where
yet.
the butterfly went. Try looking for another path.
Yeah, I know it's not a randomizer, but I feel like when I bring this up, I get corrected. So I'm going to have to validate if that is correct before I tell that story again. Oh, there's the butterfly. Nice. Yep, man, the butterfly is just enjoying its little flight around.
Path. You spy the butterfly fluttering away. Though you are now deep into the wetlands, the flower is nowhere to be found. You wonder if the butterfly is even headed toward it at all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What is the ugliest shiny in your opinion? Oh, see, and I don't know the shiny Pokemon well enough to pick an ugly shiny. I can tell you the story of my first, like, natural shiny. I think the term is a full odds shiny, and mine is the ant, the steel ant. And it was really cool because, as we've established, gray Pokemon, their shiny version is yellow. And so the ant went from looking like a metal steel ant to like a gold ant. So it looked pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's just run away. If the happenstance cards are just going to give a defense buff to everyone, then we're just going to leave. Oh, yeah, I still need to heal the attendant. I meant to do that. His health is still at 1. The ugliest shiny. I think it's got to be Corsola. Because if I remember right, Corsola is like pink and white. And I believe that the shiny version of Corsola just makes it look dead. But I can't remember. But I think that owned cards, items, there we go. Supreme Sal. Use Chancho over here. Okay. Might have to go buy some items. Pixel Knight says, plus we know several shinies even back then had to have some thought. See, because I think, do all blues turn red? Because I know that red Gyarados is like the OG shiny. Nope, can't go this way. But I don't think all of like the blue fish Pokemon all have their shinies end up being red. Pixel Knight says, also hot take, I think green shinies in general are overhated. See, so what Pokemon turn into green shinies? Are those the purple ones? Looks nice. Also, shiny Crobat looks weird. Fricked, freeze on all enemies for 1 turn. Oh, alright. No, not all the blues turn red. Okay. Crystal says, Executor and Victory Bell are awful. Consulate does look dead. Is it a comment on dying coral reefs? I think Consulate autocorrected from Corsola. See, because, yeah, Corsola. Executor and Victory Bell, again, I'm pretty sure those went from green to brown, and so they look like they're just, like, wilting. Pixel Knight says, there are a few purple ones that go purple, but not all of them. Okay. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, charge. Oh, what happened? So we did freeze, and then I hit them, so now they're not frozen anymore? Bonk, bonk, bonk. But we still outspeed all of them. Like, Scizor becomes green. Interesting, because Scizor evolved from Scyther, who was already green. So a green Scizor, that'd be kind of cool.
2 fight as 1.
Oh, come on, treasure. Give us the nugget. Hey, we'll take it. Oh, butterfly. Oh, here we go. Is the flower under the butterfly? There it is.
Party has pursued the butterfly all the way to a clearing. The butterfly that led you here is resting its wings, perched atop a flower, blooming in the center of the glade. There's the flower, Blight's voice rings out, and with a few radiant particles scattered in its wake, the butterfly disappears. Or was it never there at all?
Ooh, mystery. Phantom ghost butterfly. Examine the flower.
The flower blooming deep within the wetlands is a brilliant blue, a splash of color amidst the drab surroundings. With a gentle movement, Queenie reaches out a hand to pick it.
Oh, what?
The ground beneath the blossom swells upward, and a huge monster shows itself. Battle is upon you.
See, like when he said that, you know, it's just fine the way he said it. Maybe I'm just criticizing because I would have done it differently. You know, like, a huge monster shows itself. Battle is upon you. I don't know. Pixel Knight says, I don't think it's ever been as simple as just shifting color slightly. Oh! Yeah, that's a big guy and there's 4 of them. With a defense of 20. Man, that is a huge defense. Okay, add 3 to all dark and light. Or to add to all dark. Alright, let's see how much this even does. Yeah. Oh, this battle's gonna be tough. Okay, charge spell. And charge. Pixel Knight. Fun fact, Charizard's original shiny was purple before Generation 3 made it black. Okay. Attack plus 15, dark damage, all enemies. So this should do a good chunk. There we go. Yeah, we get another one of those. That did what, 23? Yeah. Ooh, and they're slow. They miss. Unless they do AoE spells. Then they still miss Baron. Have the target's HP. Oh, that's not good. Oh! We'll do an Omni Sab. Ouch! Decrease? Oh, no! That's not good. Alright, items. Quality Omnislav. Someone's thinking. Yeah, let's do charge spell. Let's just get some more gems. And then we can do another quality Omnislob. Boom! Everyone's back to full. Alright, so I thought this would kill, but we went from having a +3 buff to a -3 debuff, so I don't think it'll kill him anymore. Oh yeah, not even close. So instead of using those items, maybe I should have yeah, maybe I should have just poked at a few of these guys, because they definitely would be dead. Well, let's see what the next happenstance card is. Broth. Oh, funny. Bam! Okay, so just a general +3 attack buff. Okay. Let's do Grand Slice. Perfect! I think that's everyone. Boom. Achievement. Killing 4 at the same time. Tons of experience. Laddie levels up. Ooh, Force Impact. 25 light damage to all enemies. That's good.
The sound of Blight's lightning attack rips through the rainy bog, striking the monster dead on. Its carapace pierced, the monster sinks back into the swampy muck. Stillness returns to the wetlands, and the patter of rain is audible once more. The Onyx Maiden takes the blue flower gently in hand. She explains that this flower is actually a medicinal herb called clockweed.
Clockweed.
Apparently, it is used to heal wounds, and is even said to turn back time for the human body, though the truth of that claim is uncertain. Sensing another monster fixing its gaze upon your party, you lead everyone back to the village.
I get the feeling we'll be back here,
All
though.
the while, you find your attention drawn to the maiden's murmuring, drowned out though it is by the sound of the rain. This flower, buy more time.
The relic is reacting to Queenie's warm heart. Full of the Onyx Maiden's love. Well, it's not a hammer. Return to Fenmoss. Okay. I do think there are worse shinies than barely changed one, like Pikachu just getting a sunburn. Oh yes, I do. Pikachu goes from like yellow to slightly darker yellow. Though the absolute worst one is the Gen 9 Pokemon Emerald, and they just swap eye color. I have not played Gen 9 yet, so I don't know. Clockweed. I am mature. I am mature. This is a family stream. Enter Fenmoss. Yes.
As you enter the village, a number of the locals rush your group, shouting, "Welcome back, dear maiden." The villagers express their gratitude for her monster hunting, as well as their delight at the maiden's safe return. Queenie responds to each of them in turn. The Onyx Maiden, bringer of hope to the village, appears to be quite beloved by its people.
Alright, so we had the Blue Maiden, which was apparently like the status quo of maidens, is the maiden is well liked because they go through the maiden's ritual, and that keeps the island safe. And then we had the Red Maiden, and the Red Maiden was rejected by her village. And then we had the White Maiden, and the White Maiden has... the White Village has just tried to engineer their way out of not needing maidens, or not having to worry about maidens. And then we have the Black Maiden, the Onyx Maiden, and the story of this island is that the maidens haven't been doing their job, and she's kind of like the last shot. Interesting.
Once the villagers are out of earshot, you once again ask the Onyx Maiden to borrow her maiden's relic. She is at a loss for a few moments, but then informs you that she has something she'd like to show you. She guides you to the Maiden's Shrine.
Alright, Maiden Shrine. That's easy. Maiden Shrine.
I shall allow you to borrow my relic, the Onyx Maiden says, rendering you speechless. She continues on, revealing that she is actually trying to abandon her maidenly duty.
Ah! I knew we would run into one of these. So, once we learned from the Blue Maiden that the maidens actually don't return from the ritual, I said, I wonder if we're going to run into a maiden who doesn't want to do the maiden's ritual. And so I thought it was Laddie. I thought that was her backstory, was that she didn't want to be a maiden. But apparently after Laddie's mom did the maiden's ritual, Laddie failed in her training, so she couldn't do the maiden's ritual. And so here now we have the Onyx Maiden, who is trying to shun the responsibility of being the maiden. And I want to know what is behind her, because if that is not the head of a hammer, what is that? I can see the sword in her hand now, but what is that? Well, let's go home. We got the relic. Adios, Onyx Maiden.
But as far as you can tell, she seems to be giving her all for the sake of the village. Why then does she want to quit?
Try asking her reasons. Is there something more important?
If she fulfills her mission, the island will be protected. Is there something even more important than that? As if to answer your question, Queenie slowly closes her eyes. And then, when the lights subside and your eyes regain focus, you see Queenie, and there is a bulge in her abdomen. The Onyx Maiden is pregnant.
I did not predict that one. Chrysalis is lurking. Pixel Knight says it might be a low-hanging backpack. That's the only other thing I can think of. A pregnant maiden. So yeah, she doesn't want to go through the maiden's rituals. She'll disappear. Well, and we don't know exactly what happens to a maiden once they go through the ritual. That totally explains why it gave us the flashback of Laddie. Because her mother was the maiden, and her going through the maiden's ritual ruined her family.
She explains that she's been using medicine made from the clockweed to keep her pregnancy hidden all this time.
Oh, very clever. Chrysalis goes, what? That pulled me out of lurking so fast. Yes. Well, and I'll keep reading. I'll keep reading everything out loud.
She has dedicated her life entirely to the protection of this island and performing the maiden's ritual. But giving birth means her child too will be burdened with the same destiny of sacrifice.
Okay, so her child will become the next maiden.
She wants to protect her child. That is her only wish. And she conveys it to you with all the agony of confessing a heinous crime.
That's super interesting, because when we went to the Red Village, it was communicated that the village can like pick their own maiden, and that, you know, the title of maiden isn't necessarily hereditary. And then of course in the White Village, they just manufacture maidens. But in our village, the Omega Village, it was Laddie's mom and then Laddie. And now we have a parallel for the Onyx Maiden. So she would become a mother, and then her daughter would become the next maiden. And so she's trying to get out of being a maiden because she's going to be a mother and doesn't want to pass down the duty of the maiden.
You can appreciate now why the Onyx Maiden wishes to abandon her duty. But will the villagers accept her decision? Queenie's anguish is plain to see as she runs a gentle hand over her stomach. Blight seems equally distraught as he holds out an arm to support her. It is not hard to imagine who the father of this soon-to-be-born child is. The anguished cries of the maiden, the last hope of a village facing oblivion, echo out in pain.
Ooh, what a twist. What a twist. Queenie was removed from the party.
The Onyx Maiden is laid upon a bed in the Maiden's shrine. Word of her condition spreads, and the villagers are unable to hide their agitation.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, so we're experiencing some passage of time where it has gotten out. Ooh, blight you dog. I thought of that too, Pixel Knight. What would happen if she has a boy? So yeah, if she has a boy, the boy obviously wouldn't be the next maiden, but the boy would have to live with his mother going through the maiden's ritual. So that would be his burden of sacrifice. Our Onyx ally held a secret upon which balanced both life and fate. Laddie gained memories of friendship. Speak with the rest of the crew at the Maiden Shrine.
The attendant divulges a little of the Onyx Maiden's feelings toward the impending birth. Over the long years of their relationship, stretching back to their childhood, Queenie has suffered misfortune aplenty. Through all that, never has she wished for anything except a safe birth for her child, whatever it takes.
See, now he's wearing a backpack that hangs low. That's for sure. Man, he's got like luggage. I wonder if on the left side of his card is actually the whatever sort of luggage the maiden has. And if we were to put the cards next to each other, it would show that. Oh no, because you can see her card on the other side. So that's not it.
It seems that all the while Queenie used the clockweed to keep her condition secret, the child in her belly kept growing. All this time you have spent crossing the islands, Laddie has desperately sought to become a maiden. But now, having heard that Queenie wishes to abandon her own duty, she seems conflicted.
Well, yeah, of course she's conflicted. This is just what happened in her family. There's the mayor of the town.
Suddenly, the door bursts open, and the village mayor enters the shrine, gasping for breath. The monsters of the wetlands are amassing for an attack on the village. Fighting them off with Queenie confined to bed will be next to impossible. Your group decides to head into the wetlands and launch a preemptive strike on the fiend's nest where they're gathering.
Head for the wicked wetlands. All right. Do we need to stay at the inn? Yeah, let's stay at the inn. Let's go to the item shop. Interesting. How may I help you? Let's buy. Yeah, so let's get some of these. Buy more. Oh wait, it's 1,500? Oh, those are expensive. But they're good. Yeah, so let's do quality on these salve. Buy more. Buy more. Buy more. Buy. Yeah, we might have to update. Let's get 2 of those. Those are actually really good in boss fights. Soothstones. Alright, we're done there. Just for good measure, let's go check the accessory shop, although I'm pretty sure we already have everything that we would need here. Yeah, ring of protection. Yeah, these are all, yep, these are all the same things that you can get at every other accessory shop. So we'll leave. Let's go in and let's set up the party. Generate 1 gem at the start of battle and gain immunity to seal. Oh, nice. Excellent. Okay. Equipment. Oh! Sacred staff, marshal's garb, and accessories. Yeah, let's do protect against paralysis, because that will give him +2 speed. Okay. And then skills. Oh, double heal, restore 30 health to all allies. Deal damage to all and wait. Deal damage to all enemies, add value of 2 rolls to the party's attack for 3 turns. It's 5 though. Oh, what's better, to do the AoE heal or the attack? Stunning blow is good because it inflicts paralysis. Okay, so we have heal plus, which is 20 to 1, and then double heal, which is 30 to everyone. So we could remove all of Laddie's offensive abilities and make it so she's just healing and generating gems. So we have small heal, refresh. Yeah. Wait, is this for both of them? Alright, so generate gems, deal damage, cure, heal, and double heal. Wait. Oh, okay. No, this is good. This is good. Yeah. And then these are just his. Okay. I like that setup. We can do that for a bit. It's just that every fight that we've been in has always been against 3 or 4 monsters. So I don't feel like setting up really strong one-shot attacks are really going to help us. Pixel says, one of the many Transformer announcements this week was a 4-pack I'm tempted to get, because I do like all 4 figures. One of them is Bumper, who I did some trivia on, since his origins are a weird mystery. Basically, the original Bumper was a bumblebee with a different head, only found on cards for the character Cliffjumper and not his own, so fans called him Bumblejumper, or Bumper for short. Okay, we've saved the game, we've set up the party. Now we attack. Head out to the east aisle, yes. Oh, and he had Cliffjumper's feet. Okay, so back to the Wicked Wetlands. So I'm guessing this is where we go deeper into the wetlands. So even though we didn't really use the Maiden for attacking all that much.
In sheets, you spy the telltale signs of monsters between the drops, and in far greater numbers than before. Blight's eyes shine, and you can tell he wishes for nothing more than to protect his maiden. He advances, unbothered by the presence of the monsters.
Yeah, you go, Blight.
Onward through the wetlands to where they gather, at a place called the Fiend's Nest.
Make your way to the Fiend's Nest. Alright, so just so... Alright, so it looks like we found most everything in here. Beyond this point, you will be unable to save or load. The jump ability in the... Okay. Yes. It's always a little scary when a game does that. Because it's like, okay, real time. We're doing, real dungeon. You can't save, you can't load, you can't use items to escape. And it's like, all right.
You come upon a thronging nest of...
Oh, is it just going to be a...
innermost recesses of the wetlands.
Oh, maybe it's just going to be a gauntlet. That would be fun.
Every monster in the place has its eyes fixed firmly upon the intruders. That is, you.
An altar.
They roar in unison and begin to march forth. Their destination is clear. Fenmoss. The village is in grave danger. You mustn't let a single one of these beasts escape. You grip your weapon tight, ready to do battle.
The number displayed in the upper left decreases with each step you take. When it reaches 0, the enemy moves a set distance. When the enemy is done taking action, you will be able to act once again. If any monster reaches the exit of the nest, the game is over. Defeat nearby enemies first and ensure that none escape. Oh, cool. Cool. This is a cool game.
Oh boy, don't let a single one escape.
Okay. There's only 4 of them. And I can't even cross these tiles. So this has got to be like the last guy. Alright, so the closest one is this. So let's see what everyone's fixed movement is.
A monster lurking in the depths of the nest rears back. Its massive bulk puffing up as it inhales deeply. It looks like it's getting ready to do something.
That thing does look gnarly.
Will be headed your way.
Giant monster.
You and your comrades stand firm in the face of the monster, readying your weapons.
I really don't think it's going to be hard to get these 3 initial guys. They've got to be putting more monsters on the map. Because otherwise it's just a matter of, okay, move towards each monster. Oh, they have a lot of health. Let's see if we can paralyze one of them. Ooh, it's critical. Damn.
Magnificent.
Add 10 to your own attack. It's funny, I just said, oh, we've only ever fought 3 and 4, and now we're fighting 2. Okay, that's fine. We can handle that. We can handle that. In fact, let's do a stunning blow over here and see if we can paralyze the other one. Oh, we missed. Yeah, we've got plenty of gems. Alright, so... Oh, still 1 shy? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. How come I... Oh, I don't have the Maiden! You can't do this attack without the Maiden. Oh, my strategy... Just spamming that attack is not going to work well at all. Bonk 19. Okay. Alright, so we'll do stab over here. We'll have Laddie do her Uber heal. Double heal. Okay. So if we can't spam Element of Darkness, we will spam double heal. So this should be the last round of paralysis, but I'm pretty sure if we just focus attacks on her, we'll get her. Alright, we'll do Stunning Blow. Okay, we'll paralyze her again. Okay. Pixelnight says it also has animated Nemesis Prime, Ultra Magnus. That's just the White Optimus, and it's horrible. Alright, so yeah, we actually need gems because Mr. Attendant over there can only buff himself. Yeah, attack plus 10, bolt. That should do... Yeah, that should do plenty. Especially if we crit. That was a cool critical animation. I missed it the first time. Oh, they give us tons of experience for these battles. Awesome, awesome. We got 1,500 gold from that fight alone. That was as much as we spent on quality salve. 3.
The hulking beast bellows a blast of burning flame in your direction.
The giant monster will attack every 10 steps you take. Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Danger everywhere you look. You gonna be able to handle this?
Oh, yeah. We were at full health before that fire blast.
Don't hold back.
Alright, so we'll try to stun one. Ugh, 2. That's not gonna do it. These guys are little, though. Alright, charge spell. And we'll see if Onyx Attendant can take out the guy on the left. Should we do wind damage to all enemies? No, that's a wind spirit. He's probably resistant. Yeah, let's do attack plus 4 dark. We'll save up gems so that Laddie can do a double heal. Oh, nice! So, oh. Or they could just miss. Yeah, we have plenty. Let's do Mirage Burst. Nice, a 9. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Just said that these guys are probably resistant to wind. Yep. That's okay, though. That's okay. Alright, so for this one we can do a self-heal. We can have Laddie do a heal. And then we can have Chancho on the end. Go in for the killing blow. And so yeah, our health is doing great. To clarify, horrible is a character. Oh, I thought it was just misspelled horrible. By the way, for the new Sentai, they legit had a 6 Ranger take over the opening. Oh, like the opening credits? Yeah, I just recently rewatched the last few History of Power Rangers. Alright, dude. Gotcha. They gotta put more on the map after this.
Hope you win.
Yeah, these guys are small. Ching.
Magnificent.
Yeah, if we do charge spell, and then we have that other guy generate a gem. then we can just have Baron do his Uber attack, and I'll bet that takes them all out. Oh, unless he does seal on everybody. Alright, scratch that idea. Looks like we'll take them out one by one until we can get seal to either wear out, or I don't even know if seal does wear off. But yeah, we want Laddie to use her double heal. Poison. No!
Yikes. Excellent.
I don't know. We'll just deal damage. Bonk. Oh, nice. It does wear off. So we will charge. And then double heal. And then we might have to do Supreme Salve on Mr. Black Knight. Eight. Okay. Yep, that's perfect. So we'll do a self-heal to heal for 8, and then we'll just have Laddie poke him for the win. Yeah, it became his show for the episode. Honestly, I'm really digging him as the Sixth Ranger, especially because his transformation has him doing a little boxer hop and then having to take off his jacket. Admittedly, I feel the episode wasted the idea of the world being altered and the teams changing personalities since they all go back to normal off-screen. Oh, except Red. They saw him regain his memories and learned where the White Sixth Ranger used to... Oh, and learned White, the Sixth Ranger, used to have Red's powers. Oh, okay. With all battles come sacrifices. Don't worry, we'll get him back. Okay, there we go.
Perhaps deciding that the ones slaying its kin are a threat. The massive beast that seems to be the master of the nest charges your way. At the same moment, more monsters appear from the shadows of the wetlands and begin moving towards the village.
Okay, yeah. So the one on the left is the one.
No matter how many enemies there are, you must stop their advance to the village.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
You and your comrades take deep breaths and prepare yourselves to face the monsters.
Oh, it's not going to do fiery ranged attacks? Okay. Okay, so we need to do items, Supreme Salve, use on this guy. Boom, full health. Everyone's at full health. Okay. by the way, this basically confirmed that the other Sentai teams no longer exist as they were. So I wonder if that'll be brought up soon. Because I know that the original continuity of Power Rangers ended with Cosmic Fury. But I also know there have been like rumors and whispers of a reboot. But who knows about those? Inflict freeze on enemies for one? That's fine. We're just gonna hit them. I mean, I guess we could have everyone charge up for a turn. And I do know there's a max for gems. At some point, they'll just stop giving us gems. Alright, Mirage Burst. Alright, we got a 6. So 23 plus 6 to all enemies, plus an attack plus up.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay, Laddie is going to do a magic strike. Looks nice. Says, according to the rumor, the new reboot will keep it vague if it's in the same continuity or not. And yeah, they always do. All right, we will focus on the first guy. Alright, this should take out the first guy. Yep. And then we can have Laddie maybe do double heal? Yeah. Alright, so we'll just keep everyone fresh. Rumor has... The rumors the show will have them being the first new team in decades. So it might be... It might not just be an MMPR remake. Oh, and to be honest, I don't want them to do an MMPR remake. Mighty Morphin had its fun. Let's... Oh, nice! I think that might have gotten him. Yes, we end with full health again. We're so good at this. I do think this part is way fun. It's just Gauntlet. Oh, we're ready. We are ready. Oh, their defense is only 9. Okay, okay. Alright, let's do a stunning blow, because they do have a lot of health, and their attack is 29. So these guys might do quite the bit of damage if we let them hit us.
Magnificent.
So inflicting paralysis is good. We'll do charge. And then... Yeah, let's just do pumped up. We'll get tons of gems. Bonk, 18. Ugh. Alright, now we'll do stunning blow over here. Got him. Laddie can do just a regular heal. And we can have our dude over here do lightning against this guy. That should do quite a bit of damage. Boom! Just the right amount. This guy's paralyzed. We'll hit him with another stunning blow. We'll have Laddie do another heal. Honestly, if I could, I wouldn't want to write my own adaptations of Sentai's and not turn to Power Ranger seasons, but I need to work off the other stuff, and I need to work out on my anxiety issues. Oh, I'm with you. How come my attack buff wore off? I thought I got 2 attacks with it. Oh well, I did enough. So I was at work yesterday, and they're doing, like I mentioned, we're doing a hackathon, so we've had our team shuffled up. So it was me and another... Ooh, skill acquired power dreams. Yeah, let's work on that. And so I was working with another engineer on my temporary team, and the company ended up letting him go that day. I gotta admit, it had a real effect on me. Like, I had to go upstairs and give my wife and my kids a hug, and I was just frazzled for the entire day. And I don't even like thinking about it now. So, yeah. We all gotta work a little bit on our anxiety. Oh, she just gets it. Nice. Oh, and we still can't save. That's right. That's right. All right. Giant monster. We are coming for you.
The Nest Master's monstrous bulk trembles as it menaces your party. Steel yourselves, says Blight. As if in defiance of his determination, the massive fiend lets loose a terrible roar.
There you go. We are back to giant bosses. 250 health.
You've come this far. It's time to
add 5 to fire damage. All right, we don't have any fire damage attacks equipped. All right, so there's a good chance that we will not be able to paralyze him. And there is just one of him, so even though we've prepared for AoE attacks all around, that is not going to work. We will still use this attack because it does still
teamwork
give us attack up as a buff. Okay, why did that not do very much damage? Is it just lightning? Did it say he was resistant to lightning? Let's try dark. Okay, weak to dark. All right, okay. Oh. Okay, so yeah, we're... Okay, good, good. Alright, so Onyx Attendant is going to be all dark damage. We're probably going to be saving up gems so that Laddie can do her big heal. So let's just deal damage. And hope that he doesn't attack Baron again. Since we have an attack buff, let's go ahead and deal damage. Okay, not that bad. We did get a critical out of it. Pixel Knight says, yep, my anxiety got pretty bad, especially with the last few days of high school, so I finally got some meds to help me with it. All for that. Nice, nice. Oh, okay. Phew. You missed. You missed. Okay, a fire buff. This guy must have fire attacks. Yeah, we're gonna risk it. We are going to unwisely risk it. Because I know that he can hit big. I know he can. I want him to hit big on like Laddie or the Attendant. And then we can do our big AoE heal. Okay. Okay, so we've lost our attack buff. Okay, Laddie's going to be able to heal us up to full. So we'll just go with stab for now. And then we'll have Laddie do double heal. Which is a lot of gems, but it's almost a full heal for everybody. Although if Laddie takes another hit like that, she'll be out. So maybe we'll have Laddie do another small heal on herself next round, depending on who Big Bad attacks. But I mean, we've gotten him. I mean, we're doing plenty of damage. I mean, we might be back to enough gems where we can do another double heal. Yeah, so we can do another double heal if we need to. Alright, now let's just do regular heal. And again, we're risking it, because if Big and Ugly over there decides to just pick on Baron again, then he's just going to die. And we will use an item to... Oh, there it is. Fire damage to everybody. And that takes out Baron. Gain 3 gems. Awesome, awesome. Can't do double heal because we have lost our guy there. So we will do... Inspire Elixir to heal. Alright, so we want to do Shadow Bolt. But we also want to make sure that we live if he does an AoE attack. Because if he does it now, it'll just kill the other two. But we definitely have enough gems that we could do like the buff and probably the heal. Oh, or he could just miss Laddie. Okay. So yeah, we're only down by 1 over here. So let's raise the party's attack value. And even with that, we are going to have Laddie do a small heal on herself. Because last time she got hit directly, it left her with only 3 HP left. And she's down 5. Man, that really does not do very much. But we will do small heal on Laddie. Alright, alright. Pixel Nice's one specific team I think would have made a good adaptation if done right was Zyuger, aka Animals, yet again. And honestly, I've thought about that one as Jungle Fury sequel, even though there's not a lot of martial arts theming. Alright, so we'll do Shadow Bolt. Ooh, add 5 to everyone's recovery. Okay. Sure, let's just do a self-heal then. That'll heal 13. Oh, critical heal plus the 3. Oh yeah, that'll do good. So if he gets attacked directly, actually we can just do a small heal. We're wasting our attack buff. Zoo Ogre. Where is it? Okay, I see it. Zoo Ogre. And we'll just keep poking him with Shadow Bolt, because that does a good chunk of damage. Especially if we get the crit. Plus 7. Okay, 21. Okay, now I just need you to attack anyone other than him. 5 to dark. But if you could attack anyone except him, then I'll do the big heal. Or I could just keep... Well, I don't know. This might be worth it. I mean, we are netting... Well, no, we are not losing any gems. And we are doing a good chunk of damage. So yeah, maybe... Okay, flamethrower. Okay, so here we'll do the big heal. Alright. So yeah, we'll do stab here. We'll do double heal. And then we'll do the dark. Double heal. This should get a... I think this will get everyone back up to full. Oh, except the attendant. I think he'll be off by a little bit. Oh no. Okay. Alright, everyone's back up to full. We'll do Shadow Bolt. Alright, let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, just regular old attack. Increase fire damage. Alright, so we'll do stab. We'll have Laddie do a small heal on herself. And then, yeah, this next attack should take him out. Shadow Bolt. Bonk. We win! Zoo Ogre. Got it. Boom, 4,000 experience. Baron leveled up. Increased to health and speed.
After a fierce battle, the great fiend finally collapses to the wet earth in a spill of green ichor.
The monsters bleed green in this game.
At the death of their leader, the other monsters lurking about all withdraw at once. Marvelous. You have managed to save Fenmos from the danger it faced.
Saving your game, loading, and jumping are now permitted. Good. Return to Fenmos. It could also be a Wild Force sequel, but I like Jungle Fury more. You've unlocked Deathcrawler's enemy story.
The village's crisis is averted. You and your friends make your way back to Fenmos to check in on Queenie.
Ooh, do we think she had the baby while we were gone? Green blood. Ah, so it's Vulcan. Oh, it's going to warp us right back there. Okay, that'll save us some time.
No sooner do you pass the threshold back into town than do the villagers surround you as though welcoming home great heroes. You inform the mayor that you've wiped out all the monsters, and though he seems momentarily delighted at the news, He also seems terribly flustered. This isn't the time for that now.
The villagers seem a little flustered, don't they? Could it be Queenie?
You start to worry about Queenie.
Yes. You men are useless.
A village woman comes running and barks angrily.
She's having the baby. She's having the baby.
She explains that Queenie is going into labor, which might explain the men's panic at what they ought to be doing. The woman points at Laddie. You there, come along and help. Without waiting for a reply to her demand, the woman drags Laddie off. Difficult though it may be right now, all you can do is pray for Queenie and the child's safe delivery.
Laddie and Blight leave the party. So it's just me and Lack? Check on the villagers while you wait for the baby to be born.
Guess all we can do is wait, says the man regretfully. He looks as though not doing anything makes him uneasy, and busies himself giving bits of food to the bird perched atop his rucksack.
What? Ah!
Queenie's voice echoes out of the Maiden shrine.
Did you?
You hope she can endure the pain.
Yeah, I'll bet that's not the best place to have a baby. Let's go talk to the mayor.
The mayor gazes out at the swampy surroundings, murmuring to himself. To think that the entire village would come together for the sake of a new life. Blight is restless, his mind clearly abuzz with worry for Queenie.
Newborn cries. Wah, wah. Ken says there's Twitch Mobile as being a poo-poo head. No, no. Well, we are in the middle of a pretty gnarly story here. You didn't even see you'd gone live. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Twitch is silly.
A baby's cry cuts through the silence, breaking the village from its tense reverie. Time, which felt as though it had frozen, begins to tick away once again.
But is Queenie okay?
Faster than you can let loose a sigh of relief, Blight takes off in the direction of the Maiden Shrine.
Okay.
The baby's here. You rush after the amative attendant to the Maiden Shrine.
Go to the Maiden Shrine and check on Queenie. Oh, yep. Light's gone. Pixel says, Twitch is like Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. Alright, Zero. So, we are in the middle of the Onyx Maiden story. And the big twist on her story is that while she is the village maiden, she was also pregnant. So she just had the baby, and the attendant is clearly the father, and he rushed in, and now we're rushing to follow to check on the maiden.
The newborn's cries echo through the Maiden Shrine. The villagers present for the birth have weary but happy expressions on their faces, and they wipe the sweat from their brows.
What'd you think, laddie?
Sits in a heap on the floor, as though unable to stand, seeming dazed from helping with the birth.
Y'all bet.
She looks tired. She flashes you a proud smile, as if to say, "Can you believe it?" Truly a blessing. Truly. An elderly woman's eyes are filled with tears, as though the newborn were her own child. The midwife breathes out her tension. Stars above, what a relief. Blight asks timidly, Is the baby? A young woman hands him a cloth-wrapped bundle.
Aww.
Perhaps because he has finally felt the weight of his own child in his arms. Blight's expression cracks, and he begins to weep, overcome by emotion.
That is one clean baby for being born in a shrine.
Such a relief, he says. He repeats himself several times as he walks over to Queenie and shows her the child's face. As though having just fought a fierce battle, Queenie's face is lined with exhaustion and covered in sweat.
Le gasp. Looks like the baby's wrapped in a hoodie. Yeah, those folds definitely look like sleeves.
Though her expression is somewhat pained, she looks at her child with a smile of deepest affection. The Onyx Maiden and her attendant have named the child Melanie, a word from the language of spirits, meaning eternal happiness.
Blight says, so Blight is the dad. He says, let's leave the island as a family and show this little one the whole wide world.
With a tear-stained face, Queenie gently inclines her head to her exuberant attendant. But then the strength seems to seep out of her.
Live a happy life for me. Oh.
With those final words to her two most beloved. The Onyx Maiden's eyes close for the last time.
Okay, so last time we were in this dark void, we had a small time jump.
With its only maiden lost, this island is surely destined for ruin.
Pixel is very tempted to make a Doctor Who reference with that name, but spoilers, you won't get it, Seth, but Kensei might. This is true. Wait, what?
Prepare to sail away. You notice that the island is submerged just a bit more than it had been when you arrived.
Wait. We didn't get the relic? And we didn't get the villagers' reaction.
Almost as though the ocean is trying to swallow it up, now that it's bereft of its maiden. When you part ways,
there we go.
Hands the now useless maiden's relic over to you.
Ooh, that's gnarly looking. That relic has the same like eyeball looking things that we see in the Heartland.
You are hesitant to accept, thinking he might want to keep it as a memento of his beloved. Only when he insists, saying, "Don't lose your home. Don't lose your island," are you persuaded. The Onyx attendant then heads homeward, vowing to make Melanie's life a happy one. Monsters run rampant across the sinking lands. The people of Fenmos remain beset by numerous hardships. From aboard your ship, you watch the East Isle shrink into the distance. Eternal happiness. You pray that is what their future holds.
Recap time. The stoic Onyx attendant cares deeply for his charge, but the misfortune of loving the Onyx Maiden. The two conceal a secret with the power of a mysterious blossom, but worry over their unborn child and the heavy burden of a maiden's duty. The heroes protect the village as the maiden brings new life into the world. After bestowing her child with a name, the maiden breathes her last. Leaving the sinking island behind, the party prays for the happiness of the attendant and his child. But their hearts are shaken by the impossible balancing act between love and duty. The Tale of the Onyx Maiden. End. No, not the big sad. The only water in the forest is the river, though. The weight of happiness pressed down upon her. She protect her babe to the last. Laddie gained memories of friendship. Oh, the Onyx Maiden pulled a Padme. Oh, they did. Let's get some food. Okay, I should not show up. Maidens keep dying. That's true. We lost the last two. Or no, wait. We've lost 3 of the 4 that we visited. Oh yeah, Pixel Knight also recounts that, 3 of the 4 maidens are dead. I think we're bad luck. And I still hold on that we don't know what happened to the Blue Maiden. We don't know if they die when they go through the Maiden's ritual, but it very much is implied that they're dead. Laddie and Lack have joined your party. Starlight Veil. Attack plus 20 light damage to all enemies. Add 5 to the party's defense for 3 turns. Okay.
You have finally gathered the 4 relics, one from each of the maidens you have met on your journey. Laddie's maiden preparations are complete, and Lack celebrates by twirling in the air. The time has come to see your mission fulfilled. You make your way to the Spirit Spire in hopes of saving your home.
Head for the altar on the 2nd floor of the Spirit Spire. You've unlocked Queenie and Blight's flip-side story. Alright, let's check them out, save the game. Yeah, the Blue Maiden went to live on a farm. It's a farm just for maidens. Now, we already visited the Maiden farm. That was last stream. Collection. Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing this card here is going to be whatever Lack turns into. So we have Lack. He's going to do his little spell with the Maiden relics, and then he's going to turn into something that goes here. Or maybe Laddie goes here as a maiden. But I think that's the last one. Yeah. Okay. Queenie, the Onyx Maiden's warm heart never falters under the threat of monsters or encroaching wetlands. As such, she is much beloved by her villagers. In spite of her heartfelt wishes, there's no shortage of those who hate the monsters and the dragon-like Onyx spirit who cut short the Maiden's life. Ah. Blight, the Onyx attendant, has been proficient with magic ever since he was a child, and has known the Maiden just as long. He's made a quiet vow to use those powers of his to protect her. He swore to protect his and the Maiden's child with his life, even if that means turning to ancient magics long forbidden in the village. Alright. So, next stream, which will most likely be in a week, will be maybe the conclusion of the game. We'll have to see. So I have a real bad habit. Yeah, I talked about this a little bit in Chrysalis' stream, where Chapter 4? Did we start Chapter 4? We didn't start Chapter 4. Pixel Knight says, honestly thought Blake was going to go rogue at some point. See, but they heavily imply that in his flip story. That, he's going to do whatever it takes for that baby, even if it means going rogue. And when he made the comment, let's take the baby away and show the baby the world, he's not going to stick around. Okay. So, we've done the prologue, chapters 1, 2, and 3. So, chapter 4 is the only thing left. I don't know if that's the end of the game or if we will get through to the end of the game by the end of next stream, but I'm gonna try. Okay. Oh, Pixelnut says, yeah, but I thought we were gonna have to fight him or something. All right. We did, that's not unheard of. That did happen a few times. Excuse me, like fighting the red attendant and the blue attendant going psycho right at the end of his story. All right, let's see who is on. Okay, yeah, so Pokili the storyteller, I didn't know, was also a streamer. So they're playing Liza P. And let's go raid over there. So I will start the raid. Why does it say we're unable to raid? This is what happened last time. I wasn't allowed to raid. Unable to raid. Alright. Can we raid anyone else? Who else is on? Oh, Memory Martin's on. Let's raid Memory Martin. Pixel Knight says good night. Remember to stay pixelated and have the power protect you. Alright, is the raid working? Oh, okay, here we go. Alright, so we'll raid Memory Martin and we will start chapter 4 next week. Raiding in a minute. No, not a minute. Raid.